it's the fuel of the future because it gets us off of foreign oil.
We're excited about using CNG to power our trucks.
I don't think it's a lost debate. It's something we're really at the very front edge of that. So it takes some patience to get that developed.
There's really no good reason why fleets shouldn't be doing this.
The number one advantage for using natural gas is that it's an American resource.
Natural gas has been in our homes for generations. Americans use it to run water heaters, home furnaces, stoves, clothes dryers, and other appliances. As a fuel, it accounts for 24% of our total energy consumption nationwide.
Compressed natural gas has been available for a long time. In fact, it was first used in the 1940s. However, it has evolved a lot since then. In the last really 5 to 6 years, natural gas vehicles have become an opportunity for Americans to convert today. Back in the 90s, we saw a lot of companies converting vehicles, but cars didn't run very well. They didn't run like they would from the factory. In the last 5 to 6 years, those vehicles have evolved to a point where you can't tell the difference between running on natural gas and running on gasoline or diesel.
The natural gas that is delivered across the country to millions of homes is delivered at about 0.5 psi, but natural gas in vehicles needs to be pressurized to 3,600 psi. So if you want to use CNG in your car, you'll need a compressor. National Fire Protection Association safety standard bans compressed gas storage in homes, so a standalone multi-stage compressor pump in the garage must be hooked up to the vehicle's fuel tank, filling it directly. This leads to fueling times of up to 22 hours, even longer than equivalent home charging times for electric vehicles. Some states have incentivized the installation of high-speed filling systems at gas stations, where fill times are as brief as 4 to 5 minutes, like gasoline. But these systems cost $750,000 per station to install, and there are only 941 high-pressure CNG filling stations scattered across the country. There are no incentives in Kansas for either the establishment of a station or for the conversion of a vehicle. There's a bill in the House that is still in committee that is similar to the Oklahoma tax incentive bill, but there is opposition within both houses. Representative Reed Petty explains.
This legislative session really wasn't a whole lot of talk about that. In the past, there could have been some tax credits that were issued that weren't. Really in the future, I think it's going to be something that maybe cities and communities and the state can try to work together on, trying to come up with some sort of solution to try to utilize it in the best way and try to help build things for Southwest Kansas. And so I think there's kind of it takes a combination of it and to try to get something done.
We are the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. You know, it's just ridiculous that we wouldn't use our own fuel to power our own vehicles, and especially in this area. I mean, the price is down, the production price or the price of the gas from the field. Why we wouldn't want to use that ourselves and help our own industries is absolutely beyond me.
America spends $1 billion a day importing oil from overseas. A lot of those countries we import oil from are not our friends. So American natural gas helps us create an energy independence here in the United States. It's less expensive than gasoline or diesel. It's very abundant. We have between 100 and 200 years worth of natural gas underneath our feet right here in the United States. And of course, it's American. So you can't beat those three scenarios joining together.
Most CNG stations that exist or are being built now are fast fill stations. This means that the station has the compressor capacity and storage to accommodate a full fill for a vehicle in roughly the same time it takes to fuel with gasoline. The dispenser hose has a quick couple connection that is similar to an air hose connection. The dispenser looks just like a gasoline dispenser and gives the same data in a similar fashion, using GGEs and dollar value instead of gallons. If the station has a steady flow of CNG vehicles, the fill time could be increased as the storage capacity is reduced, but generally speaking, fill time should be rather quick. The price of natural gas is driving many local governments and companies to operate CNG vehicles rather than conventional diesel rigs.
We've got multiple reasons why we're converting over to CNG. Primarily, the cost of fuel. We anticipate quite a significant savings in our fuel cost, the lower maintenance costs as well, because CNG is a much cleaner fuel than diesel fuel.
Those operators have the vehicles, they put on the miles every day, they burn the fuel. It's a great economic way to save some money if they transition that fleet over to natural gas.
In many areas of the country, the price of natural gas is less than $2 per gallon equivalent to gasoline. Not only is natural gas a cleaner burning fuel, but it's much more abundant in our country than regular fossil fuel. It can create thousands of jobs and help our struggling economy. As people catch on to natural gas cars, their production should escalate extensively over the next few years.
And I think programs like we're doing to say that we've got opportunities at a regional level, because we do have employers within our region that are using compressed natural gas. So we can start the training program that may add to the awareness and the need for those technicians.
Well, natural gas has created hundreds of thousands of jobs around the country. Now, I'm not talking necessarily natural gas vehicles. That's created hundreds, if not tens of thousands of jobs, but that's compressed natural gas. But when we talk about the wider industry, natural gas and now oil production being at the highest productivity in the history of the United States, it's creating hundreds of thousands of jobs around the country. So absolutely, natural gas and domestic oil production are creating a lot of jobs for Americans.
For now, CNG has a high price of entry that makes it viable for only taxi services and other fleet operators. But over time, economies of scale may bring down the costs for the ordinary car buyer. And if gasoline stays above $3 a gallon, that change may come sooner rather than later.
Price of gasoline goes down, CNG goes away. Price of gasoline goes up, CNG comes back. But now I think we've reached that breakover point where the technology in the oil field has changed to where we have lots of natural gas, and we got a fuel that we can use that's here. And we don't do that economically by chilling it and sending it overseas. We need to keep it right here and use it.
With the abundant supply of natural gas available, natural gas vehicles for 2014 and beyond makes a lot of sense. After all, it is the American resource.